Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us live here on Facebook and YouTube. We are at OWA Parks and Resort in Foley, Alabama. We're super excited for a special announcement here today about our indoor water park that is currently under construction. We just want to thank all of y'all for joining us.
What about that? Is that better? Is that better?
That's fine. I can hear you fine, yeah.
All right. Welcome, everybody. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller than we normally would do for such exciting news, but with COVID, we thought we would keep this to the press only. We're going to try to get you out of here as quick as possible, let you tour the facility, and then get out of here hopefully before the weather hits again. This is one of the first times we've live streamed some of this stuff, so I guess I'm supposed to say hello to all the people on live stream, Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. Before we get started, I do want to recognize a few people. Tribal Council and our board, if it wasn't for their support, we couldn't do these kind of activities. We couldn't build what we're building and help the economy around here in Baldwin County. So we have a few representatives today. So I'd like to Chairwoman Stephanie Bryan, Councilman DeWitt Carter, both from the Tribal Council, and then Linda Brooks from the CIE Board. Welcome, appreciate all that you do and all the support that you've given us. So let's talk about what it means to build what you're going to see a little bit, which is the water park wave pool. It's $74 million investment that is going to bring the total investment that we have at OWA to $340 million. Now, that is a very significant number, but that's only the tip of what you're going to get from that. By the time this is built out, you're going to see an impact to the economy of around $250 million. In addition to that, you're going to see about $75 million worth of payment. In the end, when you start talking about direct and indirect labor and team members that we're going to have, you're going to have probably 2,000 jobs that are created both directly and indirectly from OWA itself. All right. Now, just looking at what's happening today, building this water park is going to put about 400 jobs just from construction. To date, we probably had 250 construction workers, and we'll have another 150 by the time it's finished. And then once it is finished, we're going to add another 300 plus team members to OWA, bringing the total that we're going to have to around 750 team members. If you know anybody that wants to work, please go to visitowa.com/employment. We certainly have all the jobs out there, jobs posted. You'll see a lot more coming in the near future. We're going to need, I think, 100 and something lifeguards. So if you like the water, be ready, their job will come. Right now, I'd like to take a moment to introduce Chairwoman Bryan for her to come up and say a few words, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the water park.
Thank you to everyone for being here today. On behalf of the tribal leadership, I would like to say to Cody, the executive team of Creek Indian Enterprise Development Authority and OWA, as well as the Creek Indian Enterprise Development Authority Board, thank you for your leadership and all that you do. In order to create successful projects, it takes a great team that works together. It's teamwork. And they have done a great job. This investment here, as Cody said, it's an investment not just financially, but it's an investment to the community. It creates sustainable job opportunities. It creates tourism for local tourists to come and visit and make wonderful memories here at this park. So when you invest in a community and families and children feel safe, that they can come here and enjoy this entertainment, it builds a great community with opportunities, not just for us here at OWA, but being the only federally recognized tribe here in this state, and as the chair and CEO for the Porch Band of Creek Indians, vision is to create stable economic development and job opportunities for now and for the future generations, as well as create tourism for the state. The impact, as Cody stated, $340 million economic impact to South Baldwin County. I was looking at some statistics and research, and Baldwin County is in the top for growth. And we're so thankful to be a part of the economic development and growth here in Baldwin County and work with Mayor Helmick. And partnerships like this grows great opportunities, not just for the people here in this community, but for the entire state. And so, as a leader, it's important that we have a vision as leaders within this state to create economic development, sustainable jobs, equip people with the tools that they need, and inspire them to go and take advantage of opportunity, not entitlement. So I personally am so excited about this project and the water park. We're here in the South, it's 95 degrees. What better place to go than to cool off than the water park? In the winter, place to go and stay warm and enjoy a little slice of tropical paradise. So it's a win-win for the tribe as well as the Foley area. So we are just honored and blessed to be a part of this community and the growth here. Madeo, thank you.
So that just made it clear he's a better speaker. All right, so a little bit about the water park, and then I'm going to turn it over to Kristen to announce something else that's going on that we're really excited about. But today is you can see from the outside is windy, rainy. It's going to turn off cold, and what you're seeing is the exact reason we decided to do an indoor water park. So this is going to be a compliment to all the things that are on the Gulf Coast, Gulf Shores, Foley, Orange Beach. Because on those days that you come to the beach and you have nothing else to do because there's jellyfish or riptide or the beach is closed or it's rainy or it's cold, we now give you something to do, which is going to become the indoor water park. That water park is going to be one of the first in the world to have not only a retractable roof, but also a retractable wall. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to somewhat bring the outdoors in by opening up both the roof and the wall on days that are bright and sunny. It's going to give you that cool tropical breeze, and it also going to, that wall is going to open up into the wave pool, which is a 30,000-gallon wave pool. And in that area, you're going to have over, I think when it's all said and done, Jimmy, I hope I'm right about this, we're going to have like 200 palm trees throughout the area. We're going to have a Smuggler's Cove restaurant. It's going to be really nice on the outside. It's basically, there have been people in the past that said that we're trying to bring the beach to OWA. Cool things that are about the construction of this building. We're using 15,000 yards of concrete. We're using 1,800 high-impact glass panels. And one of the things that was really cool, when you start talking about this and why it's so expensive, this building was built to sustain winds of 169 miles an hour, which hopefully won't happen, but as you all know, we kind of have hurricanes here and there, so if it does, hopefully it'll stay standing after this hurricane comes through. There's going to be 11 slides. 6 slides are for the thrill seekers, and 5 are going to be family friendly. One of the coolest slides that I can't wait to watch Jimmy go down, I'm not doing it, but somebody else is, so we'll send him, is the drop slide. And for those of you that don't know what that drop slide looks like, you get into a capsule, you close the door, you cross your fingers, you cross your arms, you cross your legs, and you just wait. Eventually the bottom drops out. And you can just do a fall, and I actually believe it goes into a loop. So that's going to be really cool. Another feature that I don't know if it's been done before, but I think this was really good from our architects and from our construction team is in order to maximize the space, some of the slides are going to actually go underneath the floor. So you'll go underneath the floor, people will be able to see you going underneath the floor, then you'll come back out and be able to do it all over again. We're gonna have a lazy river, party rooms, cabanas, quick service restaurant, and of course, we're gonna have a cocktail bar for those that are of age. Wave pool, which now is officially Big Water Bay, 30,000 gallon wave pool. It's gonna have one of the coolest features of that one is it's gonna have a surf simulator that is within the wave pool. So basically, the wave pool will kind of come around this wave simulator, and where the waves are produced, there's going to be a big stage and an LED screen that we'll be able to use for concerts. And hopefully, if Alabama and Auburn are playing, somebody doesn't want to come, so can't watch the game, this will give the ability to be able to watch it. So those are just some of the highlights that we've got for the indoor water park, which you guys are about to see. Sorry, online you can't go, but there's something else that we want to introduce, and I think it's a really exciting thing. But to do that, I'm going to bring up Kristen Helmick, and she's going to introduce something that we're really excited about.
So I am Kristen Helmick, Director of Marketing and Public Relations here for OWA, and we have some really exciting announcements to talk to you about today, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to get our media friends to come out and invite our friends to virtually visit with us as well. So one of the things that has happened over the years is that we realized that everybody knows OWA. So I think you all know OWA. You've heard of OWA. Many of you have visited OWA that are out there in our virtual world. But the thing about it is that you may not realize that the amusement park is actually the park at OWA. So the brand has kind of gotten lost over the years, and what we realized is that we needed to create an opportunity that connected together this very large investment that Port can put into the indoor water park and the wave pool, and really tie all those pieces back together. So one of the things that we looked at, we took research from focus groups, we took a lot of guest information in, and then had our teams really dive into what does that mean? Like, does the water park, the addition of the water park, does the addition of this wave pool and the park, does it really kind of connect? Like, what does it mean? So we realized that what we should do is go back and relook at the brand. And so with the help of my marketing team, which if you guys would raise your hands, we've all been working hard on this for over a year and a half now, and the help of our agency partner, David South, Burnett, and Patrick, we were able to come up with a really exciting new brand that we want to unveil for you today. So without further ado, we're going to start with unveiling our very exciting new brand, Tropic Falls at OWA. So when you look at Tropic Falls at OWA, this brand really encompasses the direction that we're moving. So when you look at the color palettes that were selected, you can notice some of the tiebacks to our local coastal Alabama area. Whether it's the colors that change from a sunset pattern all the way down to the deep purples and blues, the hibiscus flower really pulling the tropical elements that we're looking to add with the addition of the water park and the wave pool. And then a couple of other exciting things we're looking to add in the theme park. You see how all this kind of ties together. And then there's a little fun splash of water on the back. So this will be the new brand of the whole entire gated attraction going forward. So you will start to hear us reference Tropic Falls at OWA. You will see more integration of the brand throughout the property. And it's something that we feel like all of our guests have been very excited about. We've done some testing on it, and they've all reacted very well to this brand. So we're very excited to bring that to the table and showcase all of the tropic elements that are coming into this new investment. So the other part of that we want to address is the connectivity of how this all fits together. And so you guys that are here, our media partners, are going to get the chance to see how those pieces interconnect today. And you can see how the water park just flows into our existing dry park. And you'll see how the wave pool does that as well. So with that, we want to show the connectivity of how these pieces go together. So this will become a one-gate attraction. And with our Tropic Falls brand, you'll see how all of these pieces flow together. So you'll still have the same theme park entrance. You'll come into the theme park, and then you'll enter into the water park as well as the wave pool. So they'll all connect. So one of the things that is going to be happening while we undergo this, what I call facelift, for the existing amusement park, is we're going to be seeing some construction around here. So the guests that come out and visit us the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some construction changes. And the biggest change that we have is going to be the facelift to our front gate that I'm going to have the team show you guys. So this is a pretty big facelift. It's going to bring the Tropic Falls theme together, and it's going to help everybody really connect to those dots with the brand. So you can see that we're adding some addition of color, we're adding some tropical elements, as well as kind of refacing our admissions area. So we're very excited to see how all of those pieces tie together, and also welcome the guests, because we all know that first impressions are so very important for everyone. And we want the guests from the time they step foot at Tropic Falls into their whole experience to really see that tropical look and feel and relax and create memories. So with that being said, there's one more announcement that I have to make, and it's a very special announcement. So, you know, no big attraction would be popular or fun without a friend. And so I have a friend that I want to introduce to you guys today, and we're going to need a little help from you guys too with our friend. So let me go ahead and bring our friend out. So this is our newest friend. He is going to be an ambassador for Tropic Falls. So we felt like this friend really embodies the feel of our coastal Alabama area. It ties back the look of what we're going for with the tropics and all of the great fun that we want to have here at Tropic Falls. So one of the big pieces that I really need help with today is we need all of our fans to help us name the toucan. So this is a toucan, and his residency will be here between the amusement park and the water park. He'll also be an ambassador to be able to travel around the Southeast and help us promote Tropic Falls. But we need a name for this guy. So starting today, if you follow us on social media, follow OWA on Facebook, we will be launching a contest this afternoon to help name the toucan. So we really hope that you guys all help us with that. It's an important part of the brand and kind of the new direction that we're going here at OWA and also at Tropic Falls. So with that, I would like to let you guys come back afterwards. You're going to get to do some pictures here with our new buddy. So he'll hang around for a few minutes, but I'm going to invite Cody to come back on stage with me, and we'll be happy to take any questions from the audience that you may have.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Just one thing that strikes me is this water park edition now the focal point of this place. I mean, we've all gotten used to the amusement side, downtown, all that, but it seems like all focus now is on the water park, and that's going to be the initial draw. Is that the marketing strategy at this point?
Well, I think you're gonna, so clearly everybody likes to play with the new shiny toys, right? But ultimately, this is just one more addition to the overall OWA destination. You know, our goal through all of this has been to make OWA a premier destination for the Gulf Coast. This is just one other addition to that. Our goal, when this is all said and done, is for somebody to be able to, instead of going to the beach always and then coming to OWA, we're going to give them the ability to come to OWA and then go to the beach. We still want them to experience everything that there is along the Gulf Coast, but you know, you're going to be able to stay here, you're going to be able to eat, you're going to be able to go to shows, you're going to have an indoor water park, you're going to have an outdoor park, you're going to have other things you can do. We've got the jump park that's on the water, we've got the wakeboard park now. So we're just continuing to build what OWA can be with that destination. And you know, another thing that we talk about tourists, the one thing about the water park is that also is going to be for the locals, because for 6 months out of the year, when it's cold, when everything else shuts down, the locals will still have a place to come. And if they need to do a staycation or a 2 or 3 day stay, we'll be able to do that. And they'll be able to leave their ordinary world using something from one of our other places and come to a place for a couple of days and just be able to get away.
So I'm a little slow on them. First, I thought when you said Tropic Falls is the water park, then you've got the park, then you've got downtown OWA. But the concept now is that the whole park, what we now call the park, plus what we have been calling the water park, that's all Tropic Falls.
That's correct.
Everything behind the gates, so the gate that you came in this morning, the gate that the guests go through, everything behind the gate will be on Tropic Falls going forward.
Now, do you have selective admission where you buy just the rides or just the water park, or is it one gate, one price, it's all inclusive?
Well, so we're working on packages and how that's going to work. you know, we're going to use everything that's behind that gate as one ticket, but of course there will be times where, for whatever reason, we won't be able to buy all of it, maybe the park's closed or something like that. But that's going to be something that we will announce as we get closer to opening. And
So we've been looking forward to the opening of Foley's first domed sports arena. So congratulations. This is big stuff for us. This is kind of neat, real neat. But as far as the opening day, what's the target?
So right now we are looking at May. We don't have a specific date at this point because we're still going through final schedules and stuff like that. But we are shooting for May, hopefully before Memorial Day.
And I'm interested in hearing about the positions that y'all have available. You mentioned about the 150 lifeguard positions. That's a big park. What are some other gaps you're all looking to fill for this summer season?
Well, we'll have, we have group sales, we have, there's a restaurant in there, so we're gonna have servers, we're gonna have cooks, you're gonna have some general administrative staff, bartenders, everything that we've seen that we have with the regular park, we're gonna have there, plus lifeguards. So again, when you start looking at it, I think we're gonna need to hire around 300 for just the dry park, and another 375 for the wet park, so the water park. So you're talking about hiring 675 plus team members over the next few months. So kudos to all of the HR folks and all the team here, because that is a daunting task. They do a great job of it. I also want to, before we get too far, I do want to thank all of our team members and construction guys. This has been a crazy project. As you can imagine, when you try to build something like this with COVID and supply shortages and all that other kind of stuff, we shelved it at one point because of COVID. We weren't sure how everything's going to work, but through all of it, they have done a great job. And so I commend every team member. Marketing, you see, they've been working diligently on stuff like that. So I can't thank the team members of OWA enough for what they do.
What did y'all break ground on?
We broke ground back in 2020. So
February.
so we started this project before COVID, and then when COVID hit, we went ahead and, because we had already broke ground and already had the building ordered, we built the building and then we kind of slowed down a little bit, and then it wasn't until 2021 that we kind of picked back up again.
How did it handle Sally? It was framed up, I think, during Sally, wasn't it?
It was framed. I don't think we had all the panels in yet. We took a little bit of damage to some of the panels, but other than that, we were pretty good. Like I said, the structure of the building is solid. It was part of, I think, the architectural design that they had to do, because this building is similar to other buildings that the company that builds in open air, very similar to some other buildings they had, but none of those buildings were in a hurricane zone.
You mentioned the additional employees needed, and Kristen's well aware and is involved in our Gateway initiative between the Chambers of Commerce here. What can you tell us about your strategy, I guess, for hiring and finding employees?
It's really, we're kind of in with everybody else in terms of how that works. We certainly hope that this Gateway initiative will work. It gives us some workforce initiatives and other things that make it beneficial to work down here in South Baldwin. We have got an HR team that's kind of beating the bushes and trying to find people. We're looking at potential of doing J1s. We're looking at every option out there that we have to try to get team members. And I will say, and I hope I don't get anybody in trouble, particularly me, the team has worked hard to build a benefit package that's really good for the team members. They've raised the starting price, I believe, to $13 an hour. Am I right about that? So between the raise in salary, the benefit package that comes along with it, I think we're very competitive, and so hopefully the market will see that.
Out of all the jobs you mentioned, how many of those will be year round, and how many will just be seasonal?
You've got probably, because this thing will be open year round, we will have, I'm not sure, probably of the 300, I'm guessing maybe we have 75 to 100 that may be full-time year-round, plus we've got 75 to 100 that work at OWA year-round now. And then you'll have most of the ones that are seasonal that will come between spring break and Labor Day.
And I'll tag on to Cody a little bit, as far as the strategy goes for recruiting, obviously the Gateway partnership is working very closely with human resources to kind of come up with some new and exciting ways to attract different employees to come to work with us. There's going to be more information released. We're going to have a series of different job fairs and activities where the HR team will be out and about in the Baldwin County community, as well as some activities here on the property. And those will start sometime in February and go over a period of several months. So that will be part of the strategy for recruiting. So
Don't forget, go visit owa.com/employment.
That's right.
I guess the last thing I've got is, marking this as a destination, obviously at this point, and Gulf Shores, Orange Beach Tourism, they, of course, we don't see their marketing here. We live here. They market elsewhere. What's the strategy there? Are you doing the same thing? What's the investment along those lines to getting people to know this is here, so when they come, it's already in their itinerary?
Sure, so that's a great question. So we really look at strategy as two-pronged approach. So one is that, as Cody mentioned, in the off-season, we have locals, and we really want to try to cater to the locals to encourage them to come out, because we have things that are open year-round even now. Our downtown area, our Legends and Concert Show, our arcades are open year-round. So we have things for families to come out and do now. But when we get into that peak season time, and people are right now sitting at home in some of the cold Midwestern states, and they're looking up things to do, that's when we try to get in front of them through digital tactics. We try to reach out to the Midwestern communities, the northern communities, and really the whole southeastern radius is what we do. So I would say it's probably within a 7 to 8 hour drive radius is what we really target. And so we start that, those efforts are already ramping up now, and they'll go all the way through the season. And so very similar to the tactics that Gulf Shores and Orange Beach Tourism use, we use the same. Because ultimately, if they see an ad about Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and they're trying to think of something to do, we want them to think of us. So we really try to work with them, as well as work with the city of Albany to reach those different target markets.
The appeal to families, kids is pretty obvious. This time of year, we have a big influx of snowbirds. Do you anticipate anything connected to the park that may be of interest to that demographic?
All I can say is we're working on it. Now, I will say that one of the things that we are, as you can see, walking into the RV park. The RV park, we're working through that now. I don't have a lot of details of where we are with that, but we will have an RV park that's coming online, which a lot of snowbirds will bring their RVs down, things like that. But we are working on other activities for snowbirds and things. So yes, we are. Nothing I can say right now, but we certainly look at that demographic.
And I'll add one stat, Cody, because this past weekend, for those of you that came out, it was a little cooler temperatures, but we had a fantastic arts and crafts festival. And that was something that was strategically placed at the end of January to make sure that we have winter friends that can come out and visit, as well as the locals. So we do try to, while it may not be a direct activity in the amusement park at the moment, there are other activities on property through the Legends and Concert Show, Brandon Styles Live, through other festivals and events that we have that will welcome those guests to come out and check us out, or if somebody's just looking for a great lunch, we have that as well.
And certainly our group sales team has done a fabulous job. As many of you know, we've begun to see a lot more on-campus activities, so a lot of midweek things, a lot of concerts, a lot of, like we did, talk about the arts and crafts show, balloon fest, other things. We're beginning to do a lot more. Not only do we start talking about how do you market to the tourists, but a lot of times you get a tourist at one time and they like it, they come back. It's very, it's great. You see that growth year over year. But now we've kind of tweaked that a little bit as well to put in a lot of group events and a lot of concerts and other things, and just make it a destination for anybody, not only the tourists, but also local. Give them something to do.
Any other questions, guys?
Let's go see what the hard hat.
We are going to have pictures with our friends, so he's going to come up here to the stage if anybody wants to snap a shot for your social media profile pic. You can come on and do that real quick, and then grab our hard hat and get ready for the tour.
And you said no cameras, no live in the can? Okay.
Cute. Love it.
We may need to do one more. Yeah, we do. There you go, Miss Brooks. Very cute. Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Michelle, get up there and take their photo.
Wait. Wait.
No, you're good. Yeah, okay. Let's just grab it.
Okay, guys, we're going to walk up and show y'all the renderings here that were on the right of the stage. So this is our new Tropic Falls at OWA logo. And I will just kind of repeat a little bit of what they talked about earlier. So we are making some changes here, and many of you know our theme park as the park at OWA. Well, actually, this morning they just started bringing that sign down. So this is going to be our new entrance, and this will encompass both our theme park and our indoor and outdoor water park. Super excited about this. So Tropic Falls will bring in some of the tropical elements of, our indoor water park with the retractable walls and roof, very unique and one of a kind, one of the only one in the entire U.S. of its kind. And we'll also have the outdoor portion, which will be the wave pool with the surf simulator, and you can kind of see an overview of what that will look like here. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and we'll do our best to get those answered quickly. And also, really excited, we have one more live that we're going to do today. We're actually going to do a hard hat tour of the indoor water park. It's currently under construction, and like they said earlier, we're looking at a May opening date. Hopefully before Memorial Day is our goal. We didn't announce an official date yet. Of course, we have to get a couple of things locked down, so we're not committing to a specific date. But for all of you asking, it is going to open in May. So go ahead and make your plans to join us and come see us on this hard hat tour in just a few minutes. Thank y'all so much.
And say bye to our buddy.
Don't forget, you can vote for our new toucan mascot and his name. We're going to be announcing that poll shortly, and you can vote on what our Tropic Falls toucan mascot should be named. So we want to bring y'all in part of the fun. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great evening. We'll be going live again shortly inside the water park for more fun coverage. Bye.